Harry McWatters, and I'm about to embark on my 50th vintage in the British Columbia wine industry. We're here for the development of our Time Winery with full production, and we're still under construction for the front of house that will house not only our retail wine shop, but also a kitchen dining experience where we'll be able to show our wines with foods that complement it. Along with the theater, this complex was built in the mid-50s as a theater complex and had been expanded to 4 theaters. And so our production area now encompasses Theater 1 for all of our fermentation hall, Theater 2 that we're in is our barrel cellar, Theater 3 which has some barrels and some finished goods, but Theater 4 we've preserved and we will continue to operate it as a theater. A lot of the grapes are still coming from the vineyard that I just sold. That even in this coming vintage that we've been able to secure a number of the varieties and quantities from that. But what it's done is it's actually released us from producing wines that were just what we were growing in that vineyard. And so that's what we'll continue to be doing, is contracting the varieties in sites that we think that are most ideally suited to it, to be able to broaden the range of wines and maintain the integrity of the distinction of those wines at this facility. Time Winery is really about where do the grapes come from, that they'll be vineyard specific, that we continue to have very distinctive wines, that these are wines that are not simple wines by any means, that they have a lot of complexity, a lot of depth of character, and they're really meant to be food wines. Our Evolved Cellars is located lakeside in Summerland. It's a spectacular piece of property. There's 13 acres there and a small vineyard where we grow Pinot Gris, Gewürztraminer, and Merlot. And that there's a wonderful experience there for guests as well, where not only do they see the spectacular view beyond the vineyard, but there's an opportunity there during the summer for casual dining for lunch. And our philosophy with the wines there is about, let's keep them very approachable. That it's more about the occasion when you would enjoy these wines than the detail of where was it grown, what kind of wood was used, etc. And also very moderately priced. Our philosophy is a little bit about, we took the winemaking seriously, so you don't have to. I've had a really charmed career, but as I approach 50 vintages, that the industry has changed so dramatically that even if we go back to when we signed the Free Trade Agreement in 1988, there were only 14 wineries in British Columbia. Today there are over 300. Those 300 wineries have got winemakers that have been trained here, they've been trained abroad, or they were trained abroad and moved here, and they brought those talents with them. So we've been really a melting pot of phenomenal talent from around the world. And as a result, the bar has just continued to be lifted. And I feel that the quality of wine on average today that is available in British Columbia is so much better than what we had available, even grape varieties and style of wine historically. I think that's probably the biggest accomplishment that I feel, and having contributed somewhat to that.